everyone! Well, I have some more adventures in doing home repairs, and I've learned a few things that I'm going to share with you that you may not know about, but you really should know about if you're considering doing any type of home repair, because there have been a lot of rule changes and things are a little bit more complicated than they used to be. Now, of course, I do realize that it depends on where you live. Some areas are stricter than others. I live in Florida because we've had problems with the hurricanes and a lot of hurricane damage. That's no doubt reason why they've came up with a lot of new rules. But no matter where you live, because wherever you live, there's usually probably something that you're dealing with. Maybe you live in an area that has tornadoes or fires or mudslides. I don't know. Wherever you live, there's a possibility that they have made new rules with the idea of making your houses a little safer, more sturdier against whatever problem you're dealing with. And it can come a bit of a surprise, and it can involve more cost. It can definitely lengthen the time between getting repairs done. It can, in a lot of ways, cause a lot of aggravation, though I believe in the long run it is meant for our benefit in making our houses more sturdier and keeping us safer. So what happened with me is that our front door, the lower lock, stopped working, and the door has a lot of termite damage. Now, my mom said, oh, well, it's, I'm not expecting this, maybe $500 at the most, because she assumed we were just going to replace the door, because after all, this is an already made house. It should have a frame already. So, it was just a matter of replacing the door. Now, with me, I was expecting that it was going to be, it could go up to like $1,500, because I was expecting a more in-depth repair, because I don't know what you call these things here, but we had a lot of termite damage, and I'm not sure that's not the reason why the lower lock stopped working, because I think the door was starting to tilt a bit, and I'm not sure that wasn't part of the damage. So I was expecting that they were going to have to replace the frame too, that would cause the cost to go up. So anyway, I go to Home Depot, and I find out the first thing Home Depot wants to do is they want to have their own person come out, do measurements and all that, because they want to make sure that we're getting the right kind of door. But they informed me that recently with, Florida, there's a lot of rule changes. They no longer want us to have wooden doors. Now, I didn't want a wood door because another problem that we have in Florida is termites. Termites are pretty much just a fact of life. It's very hard to get rid of them, So I want a house that they can't eat after having the problems that they had. So I was looking at metal doors, but as it turned out, they say no more wooden doors. So it's against code now to have a wooden door. They also want out-swinging doors, which I wasn't thrilled about, because I personally think that's going to ask for accidents, because you open the door, somebody's at the door, bang, But I guess now that explains, I always wondered why all the delivery people always, back away, but I guess now they're accustomed that more doors are becoming out-swinging. But now they want out-swinging doors. Apparently that's because people have gotten trapped in their houses. I guess it is a problem, like if your roof caves in and it's blocking the door, then you can't open it from the inside. So if it opens outside, providing there's nothing debris on the outside, it'll keeping you trapped, you should be able to get out of the house. Now, my feelings are, if your roof's caved in, you probably have a lot more problems than getting out your front door. But that's just me. My experience with hurricanes is that I've had more problems with debris outside than debris inside for the most part. Anyway, so all these new rules have came out, and that affected. It was fortunate. It turned out my selections didn't weren't a problem, because but if I had wanted a wood door or anything like that, or I'd wanted an in-swinging door, then, well, I had wanted an in-swing door, I just couldn't find one. But that would have, my selections, what I had wanted, would be against code. So I found all this out. Then, so I made a contract with Home Depot, and we had the guy come out and take measurements. And I went back to Home Depot, and the lady said what I was expecting. It turned out I was actually closer to the estimate of how much this was going to cost. It was going to be about $1,200 for everything, getting the door, the people were doing the repairs, bringing all the supplies, that whatnot. What I didn't expect, you see, I was expecting that maybe within 2 weeks I would have my new door. And it's turning out this is going to take a few months, because what happens is that they come out and take the measurements for your door. Then, you go to Home Depot and officialize everything. Then the company had to send me paperwork that I had to fill out, and I had to get it notarized. That which I wasn't expecting at all. So we have to get it we had to get it notarized, and then we send the paperwork back to the company, and then the company is going to apply for a permit, because it turns out, because they're going to be replacing the frame and everything, they need a permit. And this is another thing you need to know. It turns out that they need permits more. There was a lot of jobs in the old days, little home repairs you could do, that didn't require a permit. Permits were pretty much if you were going to do major changes to the house. But now they're starting to change that. And even minor repairs, like taking down a door and just replacing it with a new one, now requires a permit. So, and because now, I guess because people have to fill out permits for more things, the city hall or whoever handles the permit office, whoever handles permits, they're like 2 or 3 months behind. So, Home Depot was saying, we get your door and all that, we're ready to go, but we have to, where the delay is we have to wait for them for the permit to come through, and they're backed up. So that's where I'm at now, is waiting for, actually I'm sending the paperwork back to the company, and then they're going to have to apply for the permit, and then I'm going to have to wait maybe another month or two for the repair to go through. So, okay, this is already 8 minutes, and so to recap, before you do a home repair, keep these things in mind, okay? 1, there may be rule changes in your area, okay? You think, I've heard, I read on the reviews, people are saying, I just want to replace my garage door with the same what I had, and they wouldn't do it because they said it was no longer up to code. The companies want to do things by the code. I guess they could get in trouble if they don't do it by the code. So the repair you wanted, you may be able to find the same type of door you have on your garage or door or window or whatever you're replacing. It may no longer be up to code. So be prepared for code changes. Number 2, permits are required for a lot more work that I don't think in the old days they were required for. And permit offices now may be behind. So this might be where the delay in getting things done. You may not be. It's now unlikely that you're going to be able to get your, repairs done within a week or two. You might be waiting 2, 3, maybe even 4 months to get something done, because it all relies on getting the permit, and the permit offices might be behind. 3, you may also need to get a notary, something notarized. So it's important to know where you can get notaries. You can find them at banks. Some libraries have them. Some come to your home. So these are the 3 things that so far I know I've already encountered with my repair. So if there's anything new, I'll keep you updated. And this video is already 10 minutes, so I'm going to cut it off. Stay tuned for more videos. Thank you.